Today I'm going to be doing a grand campaign as the nation of Cyprus in Europa Universalis 4. Our goals for this grand campaign are to become the ultimate crusader state by conquering the entire regions of the Balkans, Anatolia, the Mashriq, Arabia, Egypt, the Maghreb, and maybe even more, and converting it all to Catholic. Along the way, we're also going to have to form one of the most popular nations in EU4, the rarely seen Kingdom of Jerusalem, and after that, we're going to form another rarely seen nation, another crusader state, the Latin Empire. This is where we left off last time. We've already had a very successful start after about 100 years. We fought the Ottomans, took very valuable provinces from them, but now it's time to get into it with the Mamluks because time is running out until we can form Jerusalem. So, without further ado, let's jump into episode 2 of this ultimate crusader state grand campaign. Check out episode 1 if you haven't already. Links will be in the description and in the pinned comment. Hey everyone, and before this video begins, I just want to let you guys know that this Wednesday, September 3rd, on the Parabellum YouTube and Twitch channels, we have week 2 of the final season of EU4 Hegemon. Last week we started off with a bang, and I'm not going to tell you any spoilers in case you guys want to see it, but this is shaping up to be the most insane and most difficult season our competitors have faced so far. Organized, of course, by myself, Late and Midge, and you will see competitors such as Flory, Zlewik, Lemoncake, the Playmaker, the student, and you! That's right, you, the audience, is participating for the first time. There's a different player representing the audience every week, so why don't you go ahead and cheer on your fellow audience members live at 6 p.m. Central European Time / noon Eastern Time on the YouTube and Twitch channels of Parabellum. Links will be in the description and in the pinned comment. Thank you. Now let's see what I did in this Crusader video, huh? Alright, here we are, finally back as Cyprus, ladies and gentlemen, in episode 2. You guys loved episode 1, and I enjoyed playing it as well, so here we are back for more. But yeah, this is where we left off last time, man. Still not on the Great Powers list, but at least we've dealt with the Ottomans already. Mamluks are decently powerful, and we're gonna have a tough time fighting them unless some of our allies over here, Spain, the Pope, Austria, or Hungary help. But otherwise, aside from that, we're looking pretty good. Not making too much money because we just annexed Byzantium last time after releasing them as a subject. We're already working on quality religious offensive, and then we're gonna do something else. Of course, this is a conversion campaign, and we have been converting quite a lot to Catholic. And also, I asked you guys last time if we should conquer more. You guys said definitely go for the Maghreb. It makes sense. Maybe don't fight Portugal or Castile because, you know, they're Catholic nations. We want to be friendly with them. But listen, you know, the ambitions of the Cypriot Crusaders may not be enough. Portugal and Castile, they trade company, everything, they don't convert. So are they really our Catholic brethren? I guess we'll have to see. Either way, man, we do gotta form the Kingdom of Jerusalem. There it is right there. We just gotta take a few provinces from the Mamluks. So that's priority number 1 at the start of this video. Now, because we also do have Malta right here, Castile gave it to us because we're friendly, or Spain, whoever did it. That does mean we can spy on Tunis, and we can get over here early. However, Mamluks are defender of the faith. So actually, it's not that beneficial. We should look into fighting the Mamluks first. But man, they got big and strong allies, annoying ones too. I don't know. Maybe we just keep pushing into the Ottomans for now and grow our power base. Oh yeah, someone also said we should help the Catholic side win the League War, and I am gonna participate in that if I can, of course. So yeah, leagues still haven't formed, by the way. Yeah. Either way, I think we probably just chill until our truce with the Ottomans is up. Albania. Yeah, we should look to fight them as well. However, this is not that, yeah, I'm not doing that, bruh. The reason I said also we need to hurry things up is because you can really only form Jerusalem in the Age of Discovery and the Age of Reformation, so we got about 60 or 70 more years right here. However, there is a mission right here which will allow us to form Jerusalem outside of those ages, but it doesn't really matter for us. By the way, obviously the Protestant Reformation is something that kinda interests us, right? Because we're going full Catholic here, but so far there's really nothing we can really do about that. It is looking decently strong, by the way. I think the League War is gonna be very tough, especially with Austria's like weak alliances here. Yeah. Ooh, Mamluks just declared on the Ottomans. Tricky. Okay, so my truce with the Ottomans is also up. What I originally wanted to do, which I might not be able to do now, is like connect up our holdings here to our holdings here, but We just gotta go in, man. We just gotta go in. So there it is. We're gonna do a reconquest for, what's close right there. There we go. For that, Bulgaria's course, calling Hungary, Austria, and the Pope. Let's get it. Actually, too bad Spain isn't participating because they could take down Tunis, but whatever. Okay, white-pieced Tunis, thanks to the Mamluks, just knocked out Gazikumuk, and occupations are good, actually. We can go ahead and get connected. Obviously, the Mamluks will then pour in and take even more, but yeah, let's do the peace out, man. So let's just give everything back over to Bulgaria. There's all of their cores back, so that's nice. We can annex them as well, and then, of course, we want to get connected to our land over here. Let's just do something like this. Right? Maybe this? Actually, that's way too much aggressive expansion, especially if I fight the Mamluks later, but I think we're all right. Let's get war reps as well, and then some money, and there we go. That's another war with the Ottomans done. Made us way more powerful, but of course, Mamluks are getting even more powerful, and really, I was supposed to fight them first, right? Because Jerusalem is first, and then the Latin Empire is second, and I asked you guys last time as well, even if we can form the Latin Empire first, should we? And all you guys were like, no, let's do Jerusalem because it's the Kingdom of Jerusalem, and then the Latin Empire because it's the Latin Empire. And that has made us a GP. Very nice. Do we have the integration policy? We do. Let's start annexing Bulgaria. Mamluks pieced out. Stupid peace deal, obviously. It's the Mamluks. They took these two here and then this one right here. So actually, if we want to form the Latin Empire, it's via this decision. That's all I'm missing, but obviously we don't care about this. How do we end up fighting these guys, though? They're up to 81k, allied to Hadramut, which we can't see. They're usually small. Medina is right there, easily peace-outable. Transoxiana is annoying. They're fairly big, and then Beja is all the way through the Mamluks, so I don't know, man. If we want to solo them, I need at least that many troops, right? Can I build them up? No, I can't. I don't know, and they're still Defender of the Faith. I guess maybe that's how we can fight them without fighting their allies, but it doesn't matter. I'd rather fight them directly. It's just fricked up. By the way, tier 6 Gov reform time. Obviously, we're nothing. We're nothing. I thought we were a Crusader state, but we're not. We're gonna become one later when we flip to Jerusalem. But for now, let's go with. We're pretty far off of absolutism. We should probably go with aristocratic court here. We could become a theocracy, obviously, but, you know, a Crusader state, they were usually monarchies, so let's not. It's really tricky getting used to everything when I play EU5 and EU4, you know, when I alternate between them. The one that gets me the most is, you know, it's W for my political map mode, right? But, because EU5 uses the new system where WASD make you move around the map like this, like the arrow keys do in EU4, the map shortcuts are actually control and then letters. So I clip kicking like control E or control W and it doesn't do anything. I'm like, what the hell? But it's just without control in EU4. There we go. Just full stating some things right now. Another interesting thing about EU5, sorry, is you can't like full core everything unless it's like your culture or an accepted culture. So for example, if we had this, right, all of this, because we have Greek and Turkish accepted, would turn to our cores after we integrate it, but these two Albanian provinces, because we haven't accepted or converted the Albanian ones, they can never be full cores, right? When you open up this map mode, for example, or actually like this map mode, this would be yellow. And it's not to say that it's a bad thing. You're kind of not supposed to have everything cored in EU5. It's very interesting. I actually, I was annoyed by it at the start. I was like, man, this is like, it's kind of too slow. And it is slow-ish in the first 30 years because you really got to play with subjects a lot more. It's more feudal and stuff like that. But yeah, I think I actually prefer that system to EU4. By the way, if you want to pre-order EU5, use code TheRedHawk in all caps on Paradox's website. You get a Steam key, I get a little bonus. Kazan has just decked on the Ottomans. I didn't even know that was a possibility. And that's a wrap on offensive. So army already super powerful, man. And there's even more missionary strength and religious unity, which is dope. Really, for Albania, I just need to make Austria break that alliance, right? And I do got way more than 50 favors with them. Now, sure, we end up fighting Poland, Lithuania here, but actually, it's gonna be annoying, but we can do it, I think. Slow. Oh, I was about to say we're but that's not true. They took out a bunch alone, so without that, we're making about 10. Yeah, slowly getting the economy up and running, very slowly, but surely. All right, there's Bulgaria annexed. Let's get rid of their troops. We don't need them. Didn't get any boats. We can insta full state Silesia and Bulgaria. And I should probably accept Bulgaria in here. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Okay, so now that that's done, let's make Austria do that. And now I don't have a CB. All right, they're Catholic. I mean, we already fought a Catholic nation. We already fought Venice. Let's spy up. You know, it might be cool. Let's see. Isn't like Armenia the first Christian nation? I mean, you know what I mean when I say nation in EU4. I don't mean actually like the, Treaty of Vienna or whatever. But, yeah, they are like the first Christian guys, right? So we could maybe pop Armenia from Caucasia and like make an Armenia march in Caucasia or something like that. Or actually, Georgia might be cool too because Georgia's got some good mill ideas. Yeah, I'm leaving that one up in the air. Comment. Do I release Armenia or Georgia and have them be a subject and own all of this? And if I do, which one? Let me know in the comments, yeah. All right, we've secured a spy network and a claim on Albania. Oh, we can actually, of course, get the gold mine. That's gonna help a bit with income. Let's declare on them. Hungary is willing to help as well, dragging the Pope too. And yeah, this is gonna be a full annex unless Hungary occupies a piece of land, in which case I honestly might give it to them. And also, that unlocks our, yeah, it gives us the ability to fight Venice again. Because we do need all of this from Venice too. Okay, stood on everything before Hungary did, right? Yeah, so that's good. I can call Spain in. Do I need Spain in this? They got major troops. It's gonna be awesome fighting them later, but frick it, why not? Guys, I really don't need loans, man. Everyone keeps offering me loans. I do not need loans. We're cool. I know I'm fighting a rival, but we're cool. All right, just pieced out Poland and Lithuania. Absolutely rolled them. There's a prospering times in Epirus, which gives us more power in Ragusa. Excellent. I'll take that. And we're done with Albania. This is going to be a full annex. Hopefully, it doesn't ruin my relationship with Hungary. And let's see. Okay, no risk. Cool. Okay, but that's nice conquest over in the Balkans. If we do end up fighting Venice soon, depending on what France does and who I can call in right here, I'll take this and then I'll just leave Hungary probably for like late game, right? To take the rest of the stuff we need from them in the Balkans. You know, they are our Catholic brethren, but if they're not gonna convert stuff to Catholic, you know, who's gonna stop us? Who's gonna stop us? I don't know, but yeah, let's go back home, chill, truce with the Ottomans. Up in 3 years, we'll probably hit these guys again. Meanwhile, Trebizond has actually grown pretty powerful, allied to Russia and Akkuyunlu, which is strange, and they're being guaranteed by the Mamluks. So now this is the hardest war we can do. Jesus. Yeah, man. But if I can get Spain to come in here, man, yeah, we can do it. Mamluks just decked on the Ottomans again. We'll see what they do. All right, I was stacked on points, so I devved up Kosovo up to 10, reduce autonomy, and there we go. Extra income from gold, so that's going to boost up our economy as well. Loans finally paid off, so now we can continue with construction. All right, there's the Council of Trent, so Reformation is firing up as well. Yeah, obviously, you know, it makes sense for us to go harsh here, right? Missionary strength. That's what I want. And resistance to Reformation, because we're, you know, super hard Catholic. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. And of course, we can embrace the counter-Reformation, which is nice for us. Oh, someone said we should also be Defender of the Faith, man. And I agree with that. Okay, there we go. Tier 4, Defender of the Faith. Oh, and there's a mission as well for that, Faith's Bastion. I will take it. Okay, that's another goal added. We gotta be Defender of the Faith at like all times and, you know, actually defend the faith. Who would dare challenge me though? Let's see. Probably no one. All right, well, Mamluks took a significant chunk out of the Ottomans. Really, the only thing I'm interested from them is these two provinces, and then, isn't this Lesbos or whatever? No, it's not. It's the other one. So, yeah, let's just go in and nab those 3 provinces, man. Very simple. Wait, who the hell? Achaia, from where? It's the same color. I never noticed them. Yeah, I'll hit them too. All right, there's a peace out on the Ottomans. This is the only thing I want. Oh, it's not even giving me those here. Interesting, yeah. Okay, there we go. So we're pretty much done fighting the Ottomans, boys. Maybe we'll fight them later or something like that, but I sincerely doubt it. I think they're about to disappear, man. I think Theodora's gonna nab all of this and we're gonna say bye to the Ottomans. But yeah, let me just stand here and then declare on Achaia. All right, they're Catholic as well, I know, but frick them. Crusaders never fought other Crusaders, right? They're all buddy-buddy. All right, we're done with Achaia as well. There's another province. Man, I'm just farming this papal stuff, man. All right, so Hungary is willing to help out with the Mamluks now. And you know, Austria and Spain might join after I start up the war because that distant war stuff goes away. Let's try and track Spain here when they end it with whoever they're fighting. All right, Spain's in debt now too. Why is it so far away for Austria though? I don't know, if we do this, if we call in Hungary, we sort of even out a little bit. I am a tech over the Mamluks. My main problem with them is honestly Transoxiana, man. We're probably not going to be able to get to them to siege them down. I'm just going to have to wait to beat them up enough to where I can white piece them. I'm stacked on manpower. Mamluks are also kind of stacked. But, you know, if we declare for Kocheli here, we can hold it and sort of hold the line down here or something like that. Think I'm gonna move there, beat their ass, come back and siege. It's time to go in, boys. We all want to see Jerusalem, and it's happening this video. All right, I have come next to the Mamluks right here. Let's go ahead and declare. I'm actually gonna do Holy War because I think our armies are superior, man. But cost 75 AE. It's really not about the AE, is it? It's mainly about cost. No, I'm doing regular conquest for Kocheli then. Let's do that. There we go. There's the deck. Beat them up, back in siege. Damn, actually everyone came in so quickly, dude. Okay, this is not gonna work. Luckily I got the money. I need another one of these guys. Oh, that's a peace offer from Transoxiana. Excellent. Beja is also out. What about everyone else? Okay, Hadramut. Yeah, okay, they're gonna stay in. We're doing good, boys. We're doing good, man. I've made it all the way down to Jerusalem. Obviously, the primary thing we want to take in this war is this, right? That's what we need for to form Jerusalem. Yeah, Gaza, Al-Quds, Jaffa, excellent. And then I'll probably do something like this, right? Yeah, we don't want to go over 100 overextension. Yeah, probably something like this, honestly, is what we're gonna do. Oh, and they'll already accept, actually. What the hell? Okay, war reps, money, done. Excellent. We just took the land. We need to form the Kingdom of Jerusalem. Okay, we can restore the Hospitaliers. This might make an event that pops them out of roads or something like that. I guess we'll have to see. I have no idea. Oh, okay, so interesting. We can restore the Knights to Antioch. The Knights gain a core on Antioch, and I know it would have been cool to do like a roleplay type scenario where we try and make all of the Crusader states here that existed or something like that, but I'm just going for everything directly. So we can give them Antioch and make them a march, or we can, yeah, this is what I'm going to do. Grant them a chapter house only. That's what we're going to do. Perfect. Okay, that war is done. That's one I don't want to take, because I think the Latin Empire is mission formed, not decision formed. So we don't take this mission, but there is Jerusalem. Allow the formation of Jerusalem outside the age of discovery, blah, blah, blah. The event, a successful crusade happens. Stab, prestige, papal influence, and we can hire the Knights Templar. Excellent. For the Kingdom of Heaven, we just need to conquer Syria, pretty much. Yeah, and Jordan. Nice. I like that, man. Let's core up these provinces over GovCap, as we can see, and then we'll form it. We just need to state it up. Let's get rid of these guys. We're chilling, boys. The nation of Iceland, our brothers and sisters in the faith, is requesting that I aid them versus Britain. Yeah, well, I don't got a navy. At least I don't got a real navy. I mean, I'll accept, of course, we have to defend our brethren. But, yeah, unless Britain comes to fight me here, I don't think we're gonna get involved. So, sorry, Iceland. I am helping, technically. Oh. I mean, okay. Well, that didn't go as planned. Okay, let's get someone else up. Oh, no, dude! It fired! I can't be in it. I can't be in it. Because Hungary is on the Catholic side, so Austria can't call me in. It fired. There we go. Lubeck. Lubeck just declared on Austria. And it's actually a freaking massive one, dude. Oh my god. Portugal and France, most of the HRE. Denmark, Russia and Venice on the Protestant side. Yeah, I'm fighting Britain, actually. Yeah, Britain and Hungary. That's why I can't come in. It's Britain, Spain, Austria, Hungary, and Poland, Lithuania on the Catholic side. Could I, if I get out of this war fast, do you guys think Austria will be able to call me in? Okay, this is more important than the Iceland thing. Sorry, buddy, but yeah. Frick, that's just unlucky that it happened at the same time, boys. Sorry about that, man. I know everyone wanted me to participate. I'm gonna try. Okay, let's beat Hungary's ass and then go and help them, I guess. Fuck. Frick, I mean, Hungary dipped from this war. They sent a peace offer to Iceland, and that fricked up my score. Damn it, man! I can't get there. I should be able to get there, though. I can get there, yeah. I can't get there. Here? Alright, we gotta support Austria in other ways here, then. I'm gonna send them some gifts. Alright, we actually have quite a lot of money. There's 1,000 ducats to Austria. They can't call me in. They cannot call me in. Oh, well. Well, that's just unlucky, man. That's just unlucky. I mean, how could we have known? Or maybe that's exactly what Lubeck was waiting for. Austria to not be able to call me in. Yeah, I'm gonna send them gifts. I'm gonna offer them like merc companies, or sorry, my armies for free. Let's see if we can do that. You can only rent a maximum of 23 units. What the hell do you want me to do with 23 units in 1580, bro? Yeah, this ain't happening, boys. Okay, what we can do though is a state up Palestine right here, and that means we can reestablish the Kingdom of Jerusalem. All right, back into RP mode. While the world was at turmoil from the War of the Protestant League, the Emperor, feeling betrayed, declared on by Lubeck, the leader of the Protestant League, and supported by the Emperor's biggest rivals, France, Portugal, Russia, and Denmark. Empress Regent Maria Theresa Enenkel, holding down the throne for Ferdinand the Weasel von Habsburg, who was about to ascend in 1 year. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this. While all of that was going on, the sneaky crusader state of Cyprus, after having retaken the Holy Land from the Mamluk Sultanate of Egypt, decided to take advantage of this moment while Europe was at war to redeclare the Kingdom of Jerusalem. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we're no longer a feudal nobility. Instead, we gain the crusader state, tier 1 government reform, permanent CB against neighboring heathens and heretics, rulers and heirs can be general, and we are a monastic order, and we will take new traditions and ambitions. Our mission tree stays the same. This is the Crusader mission tree. By the way, yes, I am going for Ark of the Covenant as well. We are going to conquer Ethiopia. And here are the new Jerusalemite missions. Plus 2% missionary strength, plus 15% morale of armies, plus 25% national manpower. In the meantime, prestige and legitimacy, papal influence and curia powers cost, discipline, a missionary and missionary maintenance, land leader shock, fort defense, and a diplo rep. And we have reestablished the Kingdom of Jerusalem. Now, if only I could participate in this and make the Catholic side win, but I can't, so there we go. They can go frick themselves. Centralized monarchical bureaucracy, and we're up to tier 7. It probably makes sense to go with some clergy stuff over here. Tolerance of the true faith, since we are doing a religious playthrough, so why not? And we're the number 5 GP. All right, but that's officially one goal accomplished for this campaign, man. Now what? Trebizond? Ooh! Yes! Yes, Trebizond, yes, of course. Now, I did ask you guys about the Armenia or Georgia thing for Caucasia, and since obviously I still don't know because I'm still recording this video and I haven't read your comments, I'll see if I'll take more from Trebizond. I'll take this for sure because we do need Anatolia, but there's the deck. Frick it, man. You know, I don't think my gifts for Austria are doing too much here. Now, some guys have been pieced out here, I think. While we're in this war, there's our next idea group time. And by the way, I sent some gifts to Hungary as well. Okay, religious. We already got religious on lock. So we should go for an eco one, realistically. We're going to be on a couple of different trade nodes. Ragusa, Constantinople, Aleppo, Alexandria, Tunis, Safi probably as well. Maybe even something from Crimea. So I think it does make sense to go with trade here. Policies are missionary strength and goods produced with religious. That's nice. And trade efficiency with quality. What about offensive? Trade efficiency and movement speed. Yeah. Let's pick up trade. We're gonna be sucking on this since this guy's a 0 Jacques the 5th right here, so maybe I can focus up as well. Okay. Alright, you know, for now I'm not gonna be greedy. I'm just gonna do this to Trebizond. And then once you guys let me know in the comments, I'll see if I conquer that way as well. But that's everything they have in Anatolia. Ooh! Very well then. I don't have admin. And I'm way over Gobcap. God damn. And you know, obviously, at this point, boys, that we formed Jerusalem, we can form the Latin Empire, but I just want to play as Jerusalem a bit. You know, I think I'll form the Latin Empire at the end of next video, and then the last video is going to be full Latin Empire. But yeah, for now, man, I think we... Could we take advantage of this Venice situation here? We could. Oh, shoot, my trade got messed up. Our capital moved to Jerusalem. Which, you know, kind of does make sense. We're the Kingdom of Jerusalem, but in that case, I want to move my main trade node back to Constantinople. It is still our most depth and, I guess, prestigious city, but I'm going to keep it in Jerusalem, roleplay-wise. This is obviously going to suck for advancing trade, but I am going to move my main trade node back to Constantinople, you know, like second capital type such, you know. The war's over. Oh my god. The Evangelical Union won. God damn it. Well, this is a big failure, honestly. Personal failure, not campaign goal-wise, but god damn it, man. We were just unlucky. Maybe I should have Alt F4'd, boys, but at this point, you know, those saves are gone. Oh, well, kinda sucks. Well, I guess we could reconfigure this somehow to like, oh my god, well, Catholicism has fallen in Germany, you know, maybe we frick off from there and spread it elsewhere, you know, roleplay type stuff. That sucks. Oh well. You know, these guys still aren't willing to help Venice, so let's go. Okay, from Venice, I need... Ooh, a lot. They just took stuff, actually. Now, taking all of this in one war is gonna be tricky. Actually, really high aggressive expansion, and... Right, man, it's... We're about to enter absolutism, too. I can't believe I'm giving away freaking land rights, but in that case, I'm even gonna loan max a little bit over here, because we gotta put down a bunch of these. So, yeah. GovCap is a really big problem right now. Alright, I think I'm gonna peace out just for this, because like I said, boys, it is a lot of aggressive expansion, this, and I don't want to create myself problems everywhere. Sure, I won't get coalition, but hey, maybe Hungary can catch them and retake this land, and I'll deal with this when I deal with it. But there we go. There's a peace out on Venice as well. Some more land acquired. Okay, excellent. Let's go back home. I think we need to look into fighting the Mamluks again because they are significantly weaker now. No allies, and Hungary is willing to help again, even though they are kind of weak. Oh, we're maxing points. I guess we could invest in becoming Curia controller. How's the Pope doing? Pius II, 69. Okay, yeah, let's invest up. And that still only gives me a 17% chance. Wonderful. Hungary ditched me, by the way. Oh well. Alright, built up a pretty solid galley fleet here as well. Naval combat width is 50, but you know, when you get an admiral, it increases a bit. I'm gonna bump it up to 55, I think. With that, we should be dominant navally as well, man, because we do got 15% right now. So that's not bad, you know, just from free horsemen. I think it was higher because of something earlier, but not really sure. But yeah, absolutism is about to come around in 15 years. We are gonna need some, to be honest. So might as well start taking away some things, but we got time. Yeah, obviously no way I got elected. Okay, so I fortified myself on the border with Hungary. Mamluks have acquired some new allies like Hadramut, Yas, Betsy Misaraka all the way down in Madagascar, but I think it's time to hit them, man. My problem is really... Well, as I was about to say, my problem is force limit, but it's not. It costs 17 to run. Yeah, we can run another army. We can run another army. Let me just get rid of this. Forts are expensive. We're really not making as much money as we should, but we will soon. I'm actually going to take out a couple of loans right here. The army is 3410. 3410. So let's create a template of 3410 and put down the second one. There we go. Like that, we're going to crush these guys easy. Miltech, I'm also good, right? Yeah. I got elected. I missed the pop-up, but I saw we can enact a golden bull. I did get elected. Okay, this is really good. Curia controller and defender of the faith, I think. Yes, so we're going full religious here, boys. Let's hope we can keep being elected, even though it's really hard to get elected over the Pope. But this actually, the Pope died, then France got elected, then it was me, I think. So... Curia controller, man, we get minus 10% staff cost, another diplomat, prestige, 20% advisor discount, possible advisors, tech discount, diplo rep, leaders without upkeep, minus 20% A impact, minus 10% diplomatic cost, and plus 10% clergy loyalty, and we can call for crusade. Now, the first thing I'm actually going to do right here is go into the papal stuff and call for a crusade on the Mamluks. So that's going to give us some nice bonuses, when these bonuses to be exact, when we fight the Mamluks. Tax, morale, manpower, prestige, papal influence. Then... let's see what kind of golden bull we can pass. Pure powers cost, don't need that. Absolutism, don't need that yet. This is for institutions and cardinals. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with the regular one right here. Okay. Second army is up. Let's check out the forts. Mamluks got a fort here. No forts there. Then we go for Halab. All of their allies are down south, so this is gonna be the choke point. Unless, or actually, no, choke point is gonna be here because I hold this. Unless they gain access on this side. Okay, excellent. Declaring on the Mamluks, this is going to be Holy War. Reconquest? Oh, we get cores on this? When you form Jerusalem, I completely missed that. Do we do that, though? These aren't really that expensive provinces to where we got to do a reconquest for them. Nah, I'm just going to do Holy War, man. Let's go. No allies, no nothing like that. And there it is. The Crusade versus the Mamluk Sultanate of Egypt. You know, we are a king... the Kingdom of Jerusalem, and we're on a crusade. It's almost like we're some kind of crusader kings. See, the thing that sucks about this is my capital's in Jerusalem and it's a level 1 fort. Don't worry, we'll get back there shortly. This is like the standoff between Saladin and Baldwin, man. Straight up. Unit models aren't that good, though. I actually prefer these by quite a lot. And these as well. I gotta say, it is the year 1600 and not 1100. Well, you know, sometimes discussions fall apart and the only thing you can do is engage in Trablus. Let's go. All right, let's see what happens. I don't show battles too often because it's boring, let's face it, but there we go. Decisively won. In fact, this crusade was so something that King Jacques V de Lusignan, at 50 years of age, even though he was a sinner, let's face it, everyone knew, he was also a scholar. At that point, he decided to personally take command of the First Army, and in order to teach his son Godfrey how to rule, he also forced him into command of the 8th Army. The king and his heir on their way to take back the Holy Land after they took it, but then the Mamluks took it again, so now they're gonna take it again. Lots of taking over here, boys, lots of taking. And the son, even though some were saying he's an imbecile, he did prove himself by taking the capital of the Mamluk Sultanate, the province of Cairo, which King Jacques had one day hoped that his son or grandson would rule. And after the battles had been won, it's time to peace out. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take all of this stuff in Anatolia, man. Perfect. And then, you know, this is our cores, and sure, we can get them for cheaper if we do a reconquest, but they are free at the end of the day. And now what I also want to do is, well, go max, man. And I think I'm gonna start taking stuff up from the north, so, well, that's a lot of admin points. That's a lot of admin points. Let's do this. Let's do this. We could have popped out Syria as well, but frick it. No money, no war reps, because I want the truce to be short, and that's another war versus the Mamluks done, and we can become the Empire of Jerusalem, a cultural union of French culture. Very helpful. All right, well, there's the Empire of Jerusalem, and later it's gonna become the Latin Empire. Yeah, there we go. I know I always score and then reduce war exhaustion. I just don't care, boys. I really don't care about optimizing that much. Okay. Now these guys can leave from the army because their battle, their stuff is done. Decent showing by both guys, I gotta say. And freaking Jacques, even though he's kind of sucks, he's never made a deal in his life. Actually, come to think of it, decent general. Six freaking shock. That's powerful. At 53 years old too. In fact, I guess they're both quite shocking. And you guys already know we're gonna have Baldwin in the thumbnail, man. Yeah. At this point as well, 6 missionaries, man, converting super quickly, even converting stuff before I COVID, so rebellions are nowhere to be seen. Investing papal stuff, got the highest chance currently, so we're chilling. Yeah, we're getting so much papal influence, it's not even funny. Look at this. And also because we're converting stuff, man, it keeps stacking. You know, I think from now on, anytime we fight anyone over here, basically any like Muslim nations or anything like that, I think we put like the kings and the heirs in charge, you know? Even if they're like 666 that you never put them into battle, I think it's kind of cool roleplay wise to, you know, as you know, rulers of nations stop being generals and going into battle and stuff like that. At this point, obviously, they still were, but I think it's cool we maintain that, especially as a Crusader nation. So there's one more RP roleplay element added to the campaign. Yeah, interesting. But yeah, once again, a reminder to comment on that Georgia/Armenia thing if you haven't already. I actually like that goal quite a lot. Armenia more from a roleplay perspective, but Georgia more from an EU4 perspective because they're like super defensive and stuff like that. So, you know, they can be like the first line of defense versus like the Russians and the Persians and stuff like that too. Meanwhile, if anyone is interested, this is what the rest of the world looks like, man. We can see all of Asia. Ming is completely gone. We got Manchu, Japan, Oirat owning a lot of China, Big Chagatai. In India, Jaunpur, Bakhmatis, and Bengal are dominant. Pretty good looking Persia. Ethiopia is still alive, so we will end up fighting them. Ajuran's doing something, you know. Portugal dominant in South America. Denmark is here. North America divided by Britain and Spain. So yeah, I can almost see the entire world. It is 1609 after all, so yeah, very cool. And our status is number 5 great power still. Yeah, lots of very powerful nations, man. And there it is, the age of absolutism, ladies and gentlemen, has rolled around, where for a lot of nations, you know, complete political absolutism and, you know, power of the ruler might trump anything to do with religion, but not for us. So, yeah, max absolutism probably super low, yeah, 49. You know, we'll make good use of about 60 or 70. I never go over 100% overextension anyway, and with the CBs we use, we're already good on that, so... I took away some privileges that I could. I can't take away anything from the nobles just now, but we'll do it. I'm actually going to keep religious diplomats, and yeah, I'm not too concerned about absolutism here. However, truce with the Mamluks is up in just about 4 years. We do have an option to fight AQ as well, but that's a completely different thing because of their alliance with like Persia and Kazan or whatnot. That's going to be a fun one. I think I'm going to wait for the truce with the Mamluks to expire, so we can go ahead and fight them for this right here that they own, so we can stop at Azrak maybe or something like that, and then we'll be able to take the mission Kingdom of Heaven, which gives us more missionary strength and further claims down here, and I think that will be a pretty good place to leave it off for episode 2, because the primary goal for episode 2 here was to form the Kingdom, now Empire of Jerusalem, and then we'll have plenty to do in the next episodes by taking like all of Arabia, all of Mashriq, Caucasia if you guys want me to, and of course all of the Maghreb. Conquest-wise, man, we're still only about a quarter of the size we need to be. Obviously, most of our dev is going to be concentrated in these two regions, but yeah, we're still only about a quarter of the size. And if we do end up fighting Spain and Portugal, if they continue to not convert, we just might have to, you know? What the hell is France doing in Tunis? French conquest of Biafara. Where the hell is Biafara? You know what? Sure. I see Tunis colonize more and more each time I play, so why not? Why the hell not? And whatever his name was, Jacques V is dead. There's Godfrey. Oh my god, even Austria has abandoned me. What's the point of being allied to them if they're Protestant? Or, sorry, Reformed or whatever. New Gov Reform time, but that reminds me I should swap to Royal Decree. Well, I don't know if this is the same dynasty we had from the start, but this is gonna make us Spanish instead of French, so no, I'll actually decline that. That might piss Spain off a bit, but eh. And with the truce with the Mamluks expired and them still being the target of a crusade, we are going to declare one more versus them. Now, at this point, it's 1616. Godfrey right here is 34 and he's infertile. His entire court knows he's infertile. And despite the advice of his most trusted advisors to not lead the crusade versus the Mamluks himself, he declined to listen and decided to lead the charge into Cairo personally. Would this throw the mighty Empire of Jerusalem into turmoil, or will it not? I guess it's time to see. There's our deck. And then, as he was sieging in Jerusalem, he'd already been there a couple of months, his wife sent a telegram from Constantinople, where the court was. Wait, how can he have a wife if there's no consort? A newborn daughter. With who, though? Well, it doesn't necessarily say that it's his daughter, right? Right, in EU4, it's not your kid, man. It can be an uncle, it can be stuff like that. So, a newborn daughter, yeah, a noble of the de Lusignan family. You know what? His most trusted advisors were all saying to him, Sire, Emperor Godfrey, we need to declare an heir in case something happens to you while you're in Cairo. But him being Catholic, of course, I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but he was saying, no, I shall sire a son once I find myself a consort. In French, of course, because he's Greek. But French is still the court language, let's say. He declined. He wanted a male heir. Would that come back to bite him in his French-Greek ass? I guess we'll have to see. Tier 8 Gov Reform time, we could, well, all of these actually work for us, and this is the one I think about the mostly. Let's, trade power abroad, new, embrace the economic theory. That's a good one. War economy, curtail. I'm just gonna empower the burghers. Let's roll in here. You guys probably want to see this battle. I'm gonna slow it down for you guys. Okay, walking in to desert. Nah, my army is just so superior, man. That's a wrap on trade as we get that done. Let's activate all of these. As the war wages on, in the midst of a battle, Godfrey receives another letter from his most trusted advisors. Sire, you're getting older. Sure, you're awesome at war and you've won most battles except for this one right here, but the need for an heir goes before the need of forgiveness. Please, entrust your heritage into a noble of your family who's a 264. Pretty powerful. However, no. A man of God, he has only said, "Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned." For he did not wish to be a sinner, just like his father. He only wished to be infertile. And with the war decisively won, Godfrey decided to take the rest of Anatolia and... well, shoot, I guess... I need these two more than I need that because we need the mission to take this. And there we go. Another crusade versus the Mamluk Sultanate was won. And Godfrey returned to Constantinople so he could find a wife and frick. Oh, there's global trade as well. Very nice. And now we can take the mission to the Kingdom of Heaven. It gives us plus 3% missionary strength for 3 years and further claims down in Egypt, which of course we do want to go for. Where the hell did I... from global trade. I was going to say, where did we get another merchant from? But yeah, let's pick that up. Gallop Cavalry Chamber. Yeah, let's go with this cannon, that cavalry. This mission, we're still saving. And now, with him being infertile, we should actually probably rack up a couple of more royal marriages. Since we do have heritage from France, let's go ahead and royal marry the French family. And apparently the, the Polish one, too. You know, since Hungary ditched us, I could actually ally Poland here. All right, asshole, go make the bebe. What? When the hell did he die? Who the hell is... Amalric III Alba? In all his wisdom. Which wasn't that great, let's face it. King Godfrey, or Emperor Godfrey, died without an heir. And the... well, whatever our dynasty was, had gone with him. Yeah. There was more of his family, but yeah, we just didn't put a noble in charge. Yeah, I guess, you know, the war took too much of a toll on him. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't notice if he died during the war. I don't think he did. But yeah, there we go, he's gone. God damn, that's expensive. Oh, Alba. It's the Spanish guys. That's their dynasty. Potential PU over Spain, question mark? Or them PUing me? Yeah, but he's French, though. Because I'm primary French, I guess. You know, this last name, man, it's not cool. Amalric? I like that. Amalric III sounds powerful. But Alba? Another Godfrey. I guess all of the Godfreys we get are stupid. Too stupid, in fact. You know, proclaiming the Latin Empire with a dynasty change, I think could be really good as well. It's like, oh, these new guys, you know, they don't have that much of an attachment to this region right here, you know, because the OG guys were from Cyprus, and then we do Jerusalem. But then you guys, then you got these other guys coming back from France/Spain after, you know, all of our rulers and heirs were like Greek primary for 100 years, and they're like, okay, we don't really care that much about Jerusalem. What if we declare the Latin Empire? You know what I'm saying? But, you know, we'll just roleplay it as this first guy. You know, he got put there, he didn't even know it, comes in out of nowhere. All of the population is like, all right, you're our new emperor here. And he's like, all right, we're not gonna do anything. But, god damn it, they're all brain dead. But, you know, once a powerful enough guy comes in, might be his son or his grandson, we don't know. They'll be like, hey, yo, frick Jerusalem. I'm the Latin Empire. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we're gonna play it, I think. You know, this new dynasty coming in. French guys again instead of Greek guys. You know? Oh, there is one. There is one. By the way, he was the Sin event, so he's, you know. But there you go, folks. Well, with everything cored up that we took from the war with the Mamluks and Akyunlu declaring on them, I think that's a pretty good place to leave things off for episode 2 right here. Played through another 100-ish years, and we did accomplish quite a lot, man. Main goal for this episode was to form Jerusalem, and we did just that. And next time we're gonna continue on by, you know, fighting Akyunlu right here, taking stuff in the Mashriq, pushing into the Caucasus if you guys want me to, which of course is gonna bring in major wars versus Russia and versus Persia right here. And then of course pushing further into the Mamluks, might even go into Ethiopia next episode because we do need Axum for the Ark of the... oh wait, we've converted the Holy Land. Okay, missionary maintenance, we'll take it. For the Ark of the Covenant mission right there. And of course we are gonna push into the Maghreb as well. And once we start bordering Spain, will the ambitions of our new dynasty, which kinda hails from Spain, will the ambitions be too much? And will we decide to fight our Catholic brethren, which we've been allied to for such a long time, even though we already fought a bunch of Catholics over in the Balkans? But yeah, that's where we're gonna leave it off, man. Number 5 on the great powers list. Still, apparently, some guys are running away. We could be a little bit higher, I think, if we... well, no, we got all institutions. So yeah, still number 5 on the great powers list. Finally got the economic situation sorted this campaign. Almost everything stated right here, and we're looking really, really good, boys. Next time, we're just gonna continue on with more wars. not the Defender of the Faith, but I will become Defender of the Faith once I am able to. Still Curia controller right now, investing some more. I am the leader. And yeah, I think that's where we're gonna call it this time. But yeah, like I said earlier, boys, let me know in the comments below if you want me to do that whole Caucasia thing with Georgia or with Armenia. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a like if you are enjoying this series. And yeah, that's it for me for now. See you next time.